My child, I am speaking to you. Yes, you. Heaven has been watching the moment your finger hovered and your heart hesitated. You wondered if this message was meant for someone else. It was not. This message found you because it was sent to you. Long before today. Long before this moment. Listen now. Not with fear, but with your spirit. Because something was spoken about you quietly. Behind your back. Not in hatred. Not in cruelty. But in confusion and uncertainty. The mother of someone you love spoke your name and felt something she could not explain. She said you seemed to have something. But she could not finish the sentence. What she sensed did not fit her language or her understanding. She felt depth without chaos and intensity without danger. She sensed a calling without clarity, and that unsettled her spirit. Hear me carefully now. Not everything that unsettles people is wrong. Some things unsettle because they carry weight and destiny. Some things unsettle because they are meant to change what already exists. You were never meant to be easily categorized or quickly understood. You were never meant to fit neatly into someone else's expectations. That is why they struggle with you and speak around you instead of to you. They feel something but cannot name it. And that makes them uneasy. They sense the fire, but do not see the altar. They notice your silence, but not the war behind it. They observe your distance, but not the protection it required. Heaven is watching how you have carried this weight. The angels are speaking your name even now. Not in warning, but in recognition. You think you are being judged, but you are being measured. And you are not lacking. You are ripening. There's a difference. You have felt out of place even when you were welcomed, and lonely even when you were loved. You have felt unseen even when you were chosen. That was not rejection. That was preparation. I needed you sensitive enough to feel deeply and strong enough not to break. I needed you misunderstood, so you would stop begging for approval. You have been growing roots where no one was clapping. You have been healing wounds no one apologized for. You have been holding back tears while still showing up. And heaven has recorded every moment. Every night you prayed without words, and every morning you rose without answers. Every time you loved even when you weren't sure it was safe. The mother sensed this weight and the difference within you. Not because you are dangerous, but because you are different. Difference exposes what people hide from themselves. Your presence stirs questions they avoided and truths they postponed. So they say, you seem to have something, as if it were a flaw. But I say to you now, that something is my mark. It is discernment and depth forming quietly. It is spiritual sight awakening slowly. Yes, it will cost you comfort, but it will birth authority. You are not broken. You are being tuned. You are not lost. You are being aligned. You are not late. You are being timed. Divine timing is wrapping around your life even now. Things are shifting where you cannot see them. Conversations are happening without your presence. Decisions are being delayed for your protection. Doors are closing quietly so better ones can open loudly. What you thought was abandonment was concealment. I was hiding you while I finished the work. Because what is coming requires a healed heart, not a rushed one. You are being prepared for something big, and preparation often feels like isolation. But you are not alone. Not for one breath. The angels are closer than you think. Heaven leans in when you doubt yourself. Stay with me. This is only the beginning. I am still here. I have not stepped away from you. Do not let your thoughts wander now. This part matters more than you know. Because what has confused you is about to be clarified. And what has hurt you is about to be touched. You have been asking why love feels complicated. Why connection feels heavy before it feels safe. You wondered if you were too much or not enough. You questioned your heart. You questioned your worth. But hear me now. The weight you carry is not emotional instability. It is awareness. It is sensitivity sharpened by survival. You learned early how to read rooms, how to feel shifts before words were spoken. You learned how to protect yourself without closing your heart, and that skill was forged through pain. Others learned to harden. You learned to discern. That is why your love feels intense, because it is intentional. You do not love lightly. You love with your whole being, and that frightens those who love halfway, especially those who learn to stay guarded. The mother of the one you love felt this contrast. She sensed that you do not enter lives casually. You enter to transform. You enter to change patterns. And that kind of presence demands honesty. It demands growth. Not everyone wants that, even when they say they do. So they speak carefully about you. They observe. They measure. They wonder if you are safe. But safety does not always feel comfortable. Sometimes safety feels like exposure, because true safety removes masks and reveals what was hidden. You were sent into this connection for a reason, not by accident, not to be confused, not to be diminished, but to awaken something deeper in them and in you. I know you have felt the distance, the pauses, the moments where you felt held back, as if something unseen was influencing the flow. That was not rejection. That was restraint, because timing matters more than desire, and alignment matters more than intensity. You are not being denied love. You are being protected from premature attachment. I am guarding your heart, even when it doesn't feel like it, because what you are becoming cannot be rushed, and what is meant for you will meet you whole, not halfway, not afraid. I know you have cried in private, wondering if you misunderstood everything. You asked yourself if you imagined the connection, if you read too much into the signs. But you did not imagine what was real. You simply encountered it before it was ready. Seeds planted too early still grow. They just need patience and light. Do not pull them up to check their progress. Trust the process. Heaven is watching how you wait, how you love without controlling, how you step back without resentment, how you remain kind without being naive. This is maturity forming. This is power learning restraint. And yes, there is healing happening now. Quiet healing. Healing you don't announce. Healing you barely notice. Your nervous system is learning peace. Your spirit is learning trust again. You are unlearning survival and relearning safety. That is not small work. That is holy work. There are wounds in you that did not come from this connection, but this connection touched them, and now they are surfacing, so they can finally leave. Do not be ashamed of this. Do not rush it. Breakthrough does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives gently, like relief, like clarity, like the quiet knowing that you are okay, even before circumstances change. I am placing a covering over you, a protection you cannot see. Words spoken about you will not harm you. Opinions formed about you will not limit you. What is meant for you will not pass you by, and what is not meant for you will fall away naturally. You do not need to fight. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to shrink. You do not need to perform. Just stay open. Stay grounded. Stay honest with me. I am doing the rest. What is coming will feel different, calmer, more mutual, more secure. You will not have to chase clarity. It will meet you. You will not have to prove your heart. It will be recognized. And when that moment arrives, you will understand why it took time. You will understand why you had to grow first, why silence was necessary, why distance protected you, why waiting refined you. Until then, rest your heart. You are not behind. You are right on time. Heaven is watching. The angels are near. And you are deeply loved. More than you know. I am still speaking. Do not let your spirit drift now. This moment is gentler than the last, but it is no less powerful, because now I speak to the part of you that feels tired of hoping, the part that learned to brace instead of expect, You have told yourself you are fine. You have learned how to sound strong. But I hear the questions you never say out loud. I feel the ache you tuck away before sleep. You wonder if something will ever feel steady, if love will ever feel safe without effort. You wonder if you will always be the one who understands more, who waits longer, who carries deeper, who feels first. Listen to me now. This is not a curse. This is a calling to lead with wisdom, not to carry alone. You were never meant to be the one who overextends. You were meant to be the one who anchors. Anchors do not chase ships. They hold steady so ships can return. You are learning when to stay and when to release. This discernment is new, and it is powerful. There are things you would have chased before, people you would have explained yourself to endlessly. But now you pause. You listen. You check your peace. And heaven smiles at that growth, because peace is not withdrawal. It is alignment. You are no longer willing to lose yourself to be understood. And that is healing. I know the waiting has felt heavy, like standing at the edge of something unfinished. But unfinished does not mean forgotten. It means still forming. What is forming now is trust, not just in others, but in yourself, in your instincts, in your worth, in my timing. You are learning that love does not require anxiety. That connection does not require confusion. That what is real will not keep you guessing forever. And what is unclear is not ready yet. This understanding will save you years of pain. It will protect your future. Because what is coming into your life will meet you differently, with intention, with clarity, with stability. You will not feel like you are walking on glass. You will feel like you are being held. And when that happens, you will breathe easier. You will notice how quiet your mind becomes, how soft your body feels, how natural love can be when it is aligned. Do not fear losing what was never meant to last. Do not cling to what requires you to abandon yourself. I am pruning gently, not punishing, removing confusion, making space for peace. And yes, there is protection over your heart right now, even if it feels exposed, even if it feels vulnerable. Vulnerability under my covering is safety, not danger. Nothing meant for you will be taken. Nothing meant to harm you will stay. You are being guided step by step, even when you cannot see the map, even when you wish I would hurry, even when patience feels painful. I am closer than you think, closer than your breath. I am in the pauses, in the waiting, in the unanswered messages, in the quiet nights. I am shaping your future self, the one who no longer doubts their value, the one who recognizes love by how it feels, not how it excites. Calm does not mean boring. It means safe. Depth does not mean chaos. It means truth. And you will have both, sooner than you expect. So for now, lay your worries down. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You do not need to know the ending yet. Just stay open. Stay gentle with yourself. You are held. You are seen. And what is meant for you is already on its way. When you are ready, listen to the next message. It will meet you exactly where you are. I am still here with you. I have not gone quiet. This pause you feel is not distance. It is nearness settling in. Let me speak to the fear you haven't named yet, the one that wonders what happens if you finally let go. You are afraid that releasing control means losing everything. But control was never keeping you safe. It was only keeping you tired, keeping your shoulders tense, keeping your heart alert when it deserved rest. I see how long you've carried that weight. You learned to anticipate disappointment, to soften joy before it could hurt you. But joy was never meant to be rationed. It was meant to be received. I am teaching you how to receive again. Slowly, without suspicion, without bracing for loss. This is why things feel quieter. This is why the intensity has softened. I am recalibrating your nervous system, teaching your body that peace is allowed. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to prove your goodness. You are already enough to be loved well. You always were. The people who struggled to understand you were not wrong to feel something. They just didn't know how to hold it. Depth intimidates those who skim life's surface. Stillness confuses those addicted to noise. Your calm exposes their unrest. Your honesty highlights what they avoid. That is not your burden to fix. That is not your responsibility to carry. Release the urge to explain yourself one last time. Release the need to be seen correctly by everyone. Those meant to know you will recognize you without effort. They will feel safe in your presence, not threatened by it. And yes, there is someone who will meet you differently. Someone who does not ask you to dim. Someone who does not analyze your depth as danger. They will not feel the need to talk around you. They will speak directly, clearly, and gently. You will notice how your body relaxes around them, how you don't rehearse your words, how you don't wonder where you stand. That certainty is coming, not because you forced it, but because you waited wisely. This waiting has not been wasted. It has refined your discernment. It has strengthened your boundaries. It has deepened your compassion without draining you. You are no longer the version of you who settles. You are no longer the version who chases clarity from confusion. You are becoming someone who chooses peace instinctively. Someone who listens to their spirit. Someone who trusts me even when the path bends. That is growth. That is maturity. That is readiness. I am placing you in rooms where you will no longer feel like you have to prove yourself. I am aligning you with people who speak the same emotional language. This will feel unfamiliar at first, but it will feel right. You may even question it because it feels too easy, too calm. But ease is not a trap. It is alignment. Let yourself receive it when it comes. Do not overthink the blessing. Just say thank you and stay present. You are not losing anything by trusting me. You are gaining yourself back. And as this chapter settles, as your heart steadies, you will realize something quietly beautiful. You were never behind. You were being protected from what would have broken you and prepared for what will finally hold you. Rest now, breathe. You are safe here, and there's more ahead. When you're ready, I am still with you. You have not missed anything. This message continues because your heart is still open, and openness is how heaven speaks. Let me touch the place where disappointment tried to live, the quiet corner where hope learned to whisper instead of sing. You told yourself not to expect too much, not to dream too far ahead. You learned how to stay realistic, but realism without hope becomes a cage. I am unlocking that cage gently, without forcing the door. You do not need dramatic change to heal. You need steady truth. And here is the truth. You were never asking for too much. You were asking the wrong people, at the wrong time. Your desires are not excessive. They are aligned with how you were designed. You crave depth because you were built for connection. You crave safety because your heart is valuable. You crave consistency because chaos is not your nature. None of this makes you weak. It makes you honest. And honesty is strength. I know there were moments you felt foolish for believing. Moments you replayed conversations in your mind, wondering if you misread signals, if you imagined warmth. But intuition does not come from imagination. It comes from attunement. You felt something because something was there, even if it was incomplete. Incomplete does not mean false. It means unfinished. And unfinished things still carry truth. They just cannot yet carry weight. You are learning to tell the difference between potential and readiness, between attraction and alignment, between hope and peace. This discernment is sharpening now, and it will guide you safely forward. I am removing confusion gently, not by giving you every answer, but by giving you clarity in your body, In your spirit, you will feel when something is right. It will not cost you sleep. It will not steal your appetite. It will not keep you second-guessing your worth. What is meant for you will calm you. Even when it excites you, it will not pull you apart. It will bring you home to yourself. I know you have wondered if you are too sensitive, but sensitivity is not fragility. It is perception. It is awareness. It is the ability to notice what others ignore. And that is a gift when protected by boundaries. You are learning those boundaries now. And they are holy. They are not walls. They are gates. They open to what is safe and close to what is not. I am proud of how you are learning to pause, how you are choosing yourself without bitterness. This is not detachment. This is wisdom. You are no longer trying to earn love. You are allowing love to reveal itself. And that shift changes everything. It changes who stays. It changes who steps forward. It changes how you feel inside yourself. There is relief coming. Not the kind that shocks. The kind that settles. The kind that stays. You will look back on this season with gratitude, even if it hurt while you were in it, because it taught you how to listen inwardly, how to trust me more deeply, how to value your heart properly. That lesson will protect you for a lifetime. So do not rush the ending. Do not demand clarity from the fog. The fog is lifting already. Even if you cannot see the horizon yet, just keep walking gently. Keep choosing peace over panic. You are doing better than you think. You always have been. I am with you in this moment, and in the next, and in what comes after. You are not alone. Stay open. I am still speaking to you, and you are still being held. Do not worry about how long this takes. Some healing cannot be rushed without being damaged. You have spent so much of your life adapting, adjusting yourself so others could stay comfortable. You softened truths. You swallowed needs. You waited for the right moment that never came. And each time, a small part of you went quiet. I am restoring that part now. The part that learned to shrink. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to need reassurance. You are allowed to ask for clarity. You are allowed to want consistency. These are not demands. They are reflections of self-respect. The reason some people struggle with you is not because you are difficult. It is because you are honest. Honesty disrupts comfort built on avoidance. Depth disrupts surface-level bonds. And you were never meant for shallow waters. You were built to swim where truth lives. That is why I had to teach you patience. Because depth requires timing. If I had given you everything too early, it would have crushed you. If I had revealed everything at once, it would have overwhelmed you. So I layered your growth, moment by moment, conversation by conversation, silence by silence. Each delay refined your discernment. Each disappointment strengthened your boundaries. You did not lose yourself. You found yourself. You found where you end and where others begin. You found what you will no longer tolerate. You found what peace feels like in your body. And that knowledge is priceless. I know part of you still wonders if the love you hoped for will return, if the connection will circle back. Do not cling to outcomes. Cling to alignment. What aligns will remain. What resists will fade. And whatever fades was never meant to define your future. It was meant to shape your wisdom. You are not being tested to see if you will endure pain. You are being taught to recognize safety. Pain taught you awareness. Now peace will teach you trust. This next season will feel different. Slower. More intentional. More grounded. You will notice how you no longer chase reassurance. How you no longer overextend to be chosen. You will feel a quiet confidence rising. Not loud, not arrogant, but steady. That steadiness is me anchoring you, so that when love comes again, you can receive it without fear. You will not abandon yourself to keep someone close. You will not confuse intensity with intimacy. You will know the difference, and you will choose wisely. I am removing the last traces of self-doubt now. Not all at once, but enough for you to breathe easier. Enough for you to rest tonight. You do not need to replay the past anymore. You do not need to rewrite conversations in your mind. What mattered has already shaped you. What did not will fall away. You are stepping into a version of yourself that trusts peace, that listens inwardly, that no longer confuses longing with destiny. That is freedom, and freedom will attract what can meet you there. Without games, without confusion, without fear. Stay here with me a little longer. Let this settle in your chest. You are safe. You are guided. And the story is still unfolding. Gently. Faithfully. There is more ahead. I am still here. And you are still listening. That alone tells me something about your heart. You do not turn away easily. You stay. Even when it hurts. Even when answers take time. Even when silence feels heavy. That is not weakness. That is devotion to truth. But now I need to teach you something new. Staying does not always mean waiting. Sometimes staying means staying rooted in yourself. Not in uncertainty. Not in longing. Not in potential. You have confused patience with self-denial before. And I am gently correcting that now. Patience does not ask you to abandon your needs. It asks you to honor timing without losing dignity. You are learning how to hold hope loosely, without gripping it in fear. This is why your heart feels different lately. More observant, less reactive, more discerning. You are no longer pulled so easily by emotion alone. You pause. You feel. You listen. And that pause is sacred, because wisdom lives there. I know you are wondering what happens next, what the outcome will be. But outcomes are not where your power lives. Your power lives in alignment, and alignment is happening right now. Quietly, I am rearranging what you tolerate, what you accept, what you desire, what you refuse. This inner shift will change your outer world, without force, without explanation, without drama. You will notice people responding to you differently. Some will lean in. Some will drift away. Let them. Those who drift were only meant to walk with you partway. Those who lean in are aligned with who you are becoming. You do not need to chase either group. Just stay present. I am protecting you from repeating old cycles, even when familiarity tries to pull you back. You may feel a moment of sadness for what could have been. That is human. Let it pass through you. Do not let it root in you. Grief does not mean failure. It means you loved honestly. And honest love is never wasted. It refines the soul. You are stepping into a season where you will be met, not questioned, where you will be understood, not analyzed, where your depth will be appreciated, not feared. And when that happens, you will feel something unmistakable. Relief, not adrenaline. Peace, not confusion. Clarity, not guessing. You will not wonder where you stand. You will know. You will not feel the need to overgive. You will be met equally. This is what I am preparing you for. This is why I asked you to wait. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were valuable. I do not rush what is precious. I protect it. Rest your heart now. You do not need to stay alert. You do not need to brace for disappointment. You do not need to read between the lines. What is coming will speak plainly, and it will feel safe. I am with you in this unfolding, in this becoming. You are not alone. You never were. Stay open. Stay gentle. I am still speaking, and there is still more love ahead for you. I am still with you, even now. Let your shoulders drop. You do not need to hold yourself together anymore. You have done enough surviving. Now you are learning how to live. There was a time when you believed strength meant endurance, holding on no matter the cost. But I am teaching you a truer strength. the strength to choose yourself without guilt. You are allowed to rest without explaining why. You are allowed to stop chasing what resists you. You are allowed to walk away without bitterness. That is not quitting. That is wisdom. I know there is still a question lingering in your heart. A quiet one. You wonder if they will ever understand you. If they will ever see you clearly. Release that need now. Understanding is not your responsibility. Those meant to walk with you will not need convincing. They will recognize your spirit instinctively. You will not have to perform. You will not have to prove. You will simply be. And that will be enough. I see how often you replay moments, trying to locate the turning point, wondering if one word could have changed everything, if one choice could have rewritten the story. But the story did not fail. It fulfilled its purpose. It taught you discernment. It taught you boundaries. It taught you how deeply you can feel without breaking. That lesson will carry you forward. Do not underestimate what you have gained, even through confusion, even through waiting, even through disappointment. You are wiser now, softer where it matters, stronger where it counts, more anchored in yourself. That is preparation. That is growth. I am aligning you with conversations that flow, with connections that feel mutual, with love that does not leave you anxious, with peace that stays when excitement fades. You will recognize it not by intensity, but by safety, by consistency, by clarity. Your body will relax. Your mind will quiet. Your heart will open without fear. That is how you will know. Until then, let yourself be where you are. There is nothing wrong with this moment. It is not empty. It is fertile. Something is forming beneath the surface. Something steady. Something real. Something lasting. You do not need to hurry it. You do not need to monitor it. Just remain open. Remain kind to yourself. I am walking ahead of you, and beside you, and within you. You are safe in this unfolding. When doubt tries to return, remember this. You are not waiting because nothing is happening. You are waiting because everything is aligning. In my time. In the right way. For your good. Stay with me. There is still more to come. I am still here with you. And nothing has been lost. Even the parts you thought slipped through your fingers. Even the moments you replay with regret. They did not escape my sight. They shaped you quietly. You are not fragile the way you think. You are flexible. You bend without breaking. You feel without hardening. That is rare. And it is protected. I know you have wondered why things unfold slowly for you. Why answers come in layers. Why certainty arrives gently instead of all at once. It is because your soul listens deeply. If I spoke too loudly, you would rush ahead. And I am teaching you to walk, not run. You are learning how to move with wisdom, how to pause without panic, how to trust without surrendering your power. That balance is sacred. You have outgrown the version of you that begged for clarity. Now you wait with dignity. You no longer chase what pulls away. You observe. You feel. You choose. That is authority forming. Quiet authority. The kind that does not announce itself, but changes everything it touches. I am proud of how you are learning to sit with uncertainty. Not because you enjoy it, but because you trust me inside it. That trust is changing you. You will soon notice how situations resolve without force, how conversations become simpler, how decisions feel cleaner, less emotional labor. This is the fruit of inner alignment. This is peace taking root. And when love enters again, it will recognize this version of you. It will not test you. It will not confuse you. It will not require you to disappear. You will be met fully. And until that moment arrives, know this. You are not incomplete in the waiting. You are whole right now, learning how to receive without fear, Learning how to trust without losing yourself. Learning how to love without anxiety. This is holy ground. Even if it feels ordinary. Even if it feels quiet. Even if no one else sees the work being done. Heaven sees. And heaven is near. So breathe. Stay present. Let tomorrow arrive in its own time. You are held today. And I am not finished speaking to you.